Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, Their True Feelings. So today we take a look at a connection you have with someone whose true feelings seem to elude you. Who is this person? How do they really feel about you? What are their intentions or next steps? And what does Spirit have to say to guide you forward? So remember that these messages are timeless and they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. As always, now is the time to take a deep breath, soften your gaze, and allow your intuition to pick your pile. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Now, if you need another moment, this is a perfect time to pause the video. Otherwise, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below. So let's just begin with the reading for pile number 1. Welcome to the reading for pile number 1. For to pick a card, Their True Feelings and Next Intentions. What do they do next? We're going to jump right into their true feelings. Mirror, Spirit, mirroring each other. Reflecting. What kind of person is this? This person resonates with the mentor. What other energies do they come in with? Page of Wands, so courage, as well as a 7 of Wands. Valor is coming in as well. Courage, valor. What did they do next? We have Mars and Leo, so very showy person. We're going to get in deeper with clarifiers. What is their animal spirit through all of this? We have the earthworm. So this is new for them, this feeling. What other energy do we have? An 8 of Cups walking away, along with a 10 of Wands, a letting go. Interesting, walking away and letting go. What does Spirit have to say? This is a cycle. All things go in cycles. And what other spirits do we have? Spirit of St. Nicholas, generosity, and Spirit of the Fog, uncertainty, confusion. All right, let's get right into all of this. We are going to be pulling clarifiers with the clarifying deck, as well as pulling out your zodiac signs at the end of the reading, so don't forget to stay for that. But right away, we're going to jump into who this person is and what their true feelings are. We have the mentor and the mirror. So this person is used to being the teacher. They're used to being the leader, the mentor, the one that brings exactly what is needed to any given situation. Oftentimes, somebody who resonates with mentor energy does have a sense of power and authority that they kind of adopt. Much like a teacher or mentor, in the sense that a mentor specifically is there to provide kind of exactly what is needed for the student, right? To lead or to guide. Someone who resonates with this kind of energy has to be very careful to continually practice introspection and clarity so that they don't become too egoistic. Now, mirror spirit is there, mirror for their true feelings. They see themselves in you. As I look ahead at the reading, there's almost a competitive nature here. Certainly a feeling here that with that mirror, when they see you, they're responding to you, you very much almost make them feel like you are their mentor. So the two of you share a lot of the same characteristics. I don't think that this person feels as though they have anything to impart on you necessarily, but in fact that you and them are very much on the same level when it comes to wisdom, knowledge, experience that you can impart. And so they see themselves when they see you. And I think that this may be a little bit unsettling to a certain degree because this individual is so used to being the mentor, not necessarily the student. What other energies come in? As I said, Page of Wands and 7 of Wands, so courage and valor, right? Page of Wands is all about overcoming fear, being very individual, very unique, almost idealistic. You know, they break the mold when it comes to the Page of Wands. And so this person has that for sure. And at the same time, They have a sense of courage and valor with that Seven of Wands. I feel like this person is someone who's really had to fight for their position, fight for their sense of, I want to say, expertise and authority. They may be very, very unique, either in their field or even in their outlook. And yet again, we come back to their true feelings being the mirror, the essence of the mirror, in a sense that when they see you, I think they're taken aback, because up until now, they've been the most unique person in their lives. And they see you and they're like, wait a minute, this person is very, I see myself in this person. And this is brand new for them. So let's go ahead and begin with the clarifiers. We're going to jump in, get a little bit more clarity, and see what's going on here. Show me a little bit more about that mirror and that page. Yeah, moon. They're unsettled. There's a lot of emotions here. Wow. And betrayal. All right. So here we have it. There is an uncertainty here. Something about them. When they see you, they see themselves in you. They see you in themselves. And there is a fear here. I think, definitely a fear of perhaps, something happening again that happened before, something that was very difficult, very painful, that involved perhaps some betrayal. So something is a little bit amiss here. And with that moon energy, they have a lot of feelings, but they're very, very uncertain. Yeah, they are definitely, I will say, it almost feels to me as though that you are very much mirroring energy and sort of behavior, almost signs of something that this person had to go through in the past that has a lot to do with their own behavior. Almost a karmic thing. There almost may even be like a karmic payback here in a certain way, right? What do they do next about this? Earthworm and Mars and Leo. Yeah, they are really sort of rattled. This is not necessarily good or bad. It's just that they're really rattled by how much you sort of give them a run for their money. Right? I don't feel like they've had that before. And so they're in this earthworm sort of animal spirit energy, earth animal, but very out of their depth in the sense that this is all new to them. They almost feel like the novice again rather than the expert. And yet this person definitely thrives on attention. They thrive on people recognizing that they have authority, they have experience. So Mars and Leo, it, indicates that they're going to be very sort of bold and outward about how they handle these feelings, right? At some point, they are going to address this energy that they have. This is as much to do with themselves as it does with the connection to you. It's almost as if, as I keep saying, the teacher or the mentor has met its own mentor in a way, right? Even though you haven't put yourself in that position, there is a letting go and a walking away happening here. So something is really shaking up for them. I think you just represent such a fresh, brand new sort of take on old sort of aspects of their life that this is a real big shift, These feelings that you show up in them help them to really kind of, I want to say to a certain degree, let go of some things that they've held on to. You yourself, okay, this is their true feelings and how they feel, how they may react to that. But you yourself, I feel, are also in this space where you're kind of like, you know what, I'm not sure I'm getting enough out of this. I'm not sure that I'm getting the same level. It's almost as if the tables have been completely turned. This person has perhaps walked away from someone else in the past, right? Walked away, moved on to deeper connections, and now almost the same thing is happening. They themselves, I believe, have probably hurt someone. This Three of Swords feels much more like something that they were a part of rather than a victim of. And I think they know it, right? And somehow this is all coming back to sort of haunt them in a way. They see the signs of the exact same thing happening to them, because I'm not entirely sure that you're here for it with this person, right? And certainly there is some kind of energy or vibe in the exchange between the two of you that makes you feel kind of like, you know what, I'm not sure I'm getting enough out of them. The way they're responding to you is very different than it was initially. Another reason why you're here, wondering what are their true feelings. There's a lot of jealousy here. There's a lot of sort of insecurity here as a result of their connection with you. And up until now, of course, they are someone who's been very individual, very creative. They continue to be this way. But you and the person that you are, the energy that you bring to the table definitely kind of threatens that status quo. Cycles. Yeah, it's cycles. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes you're the one in the position of power, sometimes someone else is. And Spirit is letting you know that this is definitely a cycle. Very much so. You yourself may have before been involved or connected with someone that had the upper hand. Now, this is very much a scenario of you having sort of the upper hand, mostly because this person, as I say, has really met their match when they met you. Spirit of St. Nicholas, Spirit of the Fog, generosity, assistance, unclear, confusion, shadiness. Yeah. So you are, again, this person is used to being the one in a situation of having the upper hand, being the one to bring the assistance. It's completely reversed now. It's completely flipped over now. The cycle has run its course and is turning around now. So there is a lot of, I want to say uncertainty. Right? There is a lot of confusion here, very much on the part of this person, which is why their behavior up until now has kind of left you a little bit confused as well, why you are here for this reading. So let's go ahead and get ready to pull out the zodiac runes. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo, more earth energy. We have air and earth. Some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. Fire. One more. And some of you are dealing with a Libra, more air. So 2 air, Gemini, Libra, Earth, Virgo, Fire, Sagittarius. This is the message that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Pick a card reading, their true feelings and what they do next, intentions and timing. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you're ready to stay with me for pile number 2, let's get started on that reading now. Welcome to the reading for pile number 2 for the pick a card, their true feelings and what they do next. Let's just jump right into what is the energy surrounding their true feelings. The Phoenix, a new phase, a rekindling. What archetype are they resonating with? The Mystic, Light Seeker. Other energies they come in with? 4 of Swords, so taking a moment to wait it out and make the right decision. 7 of Cups comes in. Many, many desires. Which one will it be? What do they do next? We have Mars in Capricorn, authority coming in, as well as the animal spirit, the peacock, a love of beauty, air energy, along with an Ace of Cups. There you have it, an outpouring of love, a desire, certainly, and an opportunity, along with building, 3 of Pentacles. Building, putting the time in, the effort. What does Spirit have to say? Spirit says it's all about attention right now. Paying the right attention. And the spirits of darkness and light, we have Spirit of the Fox and Spirit of Lightning. So clever, right? Cunning, sly even. And as well, power and strength expression coming in. All right. Don't forget, we will be pulling some clarifiers and, of course, the zodiac runes from the rune bag. So Don't forget, we will be pulling some clarifiers and, of course, the zodiacs from the zodiac bag. So we'll see what zodiac signs are associated with this connection. But for now, let's just go ahead and jump right in to who this person is and what archetype they resonate with. Yeah, the mystic. And the phoenix to represent their true feelings, right? The mystic is the light bringer, someone who is able to take the darkness, the negative, the shadow, and transmute that into light, to show the way, to find light in the darkness. That's really the mystic, right? Transformation through finding the light. Now, the phoenix is all about a rekindling, a new phase, a change, letting go of the past for the future. So there is a history here. You have a connection with this person, and yet their true feelings are that they want to start again. They want to renew. They want to transform, rekindle, or maybe even enter a whole new chapter in this relationship or this connection. Four of Swords, Seven of Cups, but they're waiting. You know, they really know there's a few different things that they want. I think they're pulling back to decide right now. Their energy is very careful. We look ahead and we see the fox, right? So we have some very careful, strategic energy. They may be coming to this connection because of your history. There may be something that they have to sort of make up for. In any case, they have several wishes for this connection. They have a couple of things they really desire. It isn't just the one thing. So along with that Phoenix energy, it's as if this person really wants to begin a fresh chapter, and that chapter covers a lot of wishes that they have for the connection with you. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. They're definitely waiting, I want to say, and thinking about how to make all of this happen, right? So let's talk about that energy. I want to know just a little bit what flipped over. Yeah, Fool. They want to, yeah, they're willing to take a risk. Certainly. They're willing to take a risk with you. Yeah, Knight of Cups and the Fool. Yeah, this person wants another chance. They want to take another chance. And it's almost as if they want to start all over again, as if, the very beginning, rekindle the love, get the butterflies back into the stomach. They really, truly, truly want to take that leap of faith. And they're confident. I think there's a confidence here that there's a chance to rekindle with you. The Knight of Cups, they have every desire to be the one to initiate that, right? So they are actively sort of thinking about getting back with you, renewing with you, and how do they go about it? So let's go ahead and move on to their actual next steps, what they do next, and what energy they bring to that. Peacock and Mars in Capricorn. So first of all, the peacock represents air energy and beauty, right? The peacock is the animal spirit of recognizing beauty in all things, right? That's what makes this animal so beautiful. Not only is the peacock in and of itself beautiful, but the energy that it brings to any connection is that it can see past the outer into the inner. It's the inside. It's all aspects of something, someone, a feeling that this kind of energy can see the beauty in. Now, Mars and Capricorn, in terms of what they do next, this person is someone who is, I'm going to say they have a lot of success. They do very well with making money, building things. They also have a sense of authority about them, but they feel best when they can see the tangible results of their actions. So this person is very, very tactile. This person is the type of person that what they do next is going to be serious, right? It'll be thought out. They're thinking about it now, but they're going to be very sort of intentional, and very, very material about the next step. It's not just up in the air. They're going to be only just thinking about it or showing certain feelings. It's going to be a very real thing that they may or may not do. They may surprise you with something, or they may bring something or help with something, build something, give you something. There's a feeling here of gift giving in some way to sort of get your attention back. That Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles, they are willing to collaborate and work with others, right? They may even, I feel here a sense of surprise. They may even try to surprise you. That Knight of Cups is there, meaning that they definitely want to sweep you off your feet. So the Ace of Cups, the love is there. Yeah, it feels very much like, a connection with someone from your past where there is a new opportunity, a very real, tactile, physical opportunity for the two of you to rebuild. And that love is there. That Ace of Cups, it's almost as if they're falling in love with you all over again, right? There's a feeling here. Let me pull one more card. There's a feeling here that other people are involved as well. They may be bringing someone else into this connection to help them get next to you. Yeah, there's a moving away of a particular place. So they may be changing their career, or they may have sort of resonated up, promoted up. There's something very physical that's come into their lives that's sort of a change and a step up. And all of that has kind of made this possible again. They may have moved away. Now they've moved back, something like that. But again, this is the beginning almost of a whole new adventure with somebody old, with someone you've already had some kind of adventure or connection with. But this time, this is all completely different. It may even feel as though initially the history that the two of you have before was not that serious. Certainly it doesn't feel like X energy, right? It doesn't feel like coming back from a betrayal or coming back from some kind of toxicity that the two of you had. It feels very much like, yeah, there's a connection, there's a history, but that earlier history never really completely fleshed out or filled out to its potential. And now it's almost like you or certainly this person feels like they have a whole new, brand new opportunity to go deeper with you, right? To get into something deeper with you. They're going to initiate it. It's going to be very physical. As I said, gift giving, money may come in, an activity, they may surprise you, they may show up somewhere, something like that, certainly to catch your eye. Now, what does Spirit have to say about all of this? Well, right now is the time to pay attention. Yeah. Pay attention, because whatever this person has planned for you, I think it's going to be very significant. And you're going to, it's going to catch you by surprise, I do feel. But at the same time, when it occurs, when this connection renews itself, you're going to want to pay a lot of attention, because everything that this person is going to be doing to get back into this sort of relationship, rather, or to start this new relationship with you is going to be intentional, is going to have meaning behind it. This is a very thought out plan from this person. Spirit of the fox, the spirit of lightning. There's your cunning and your strategy. And at the same time, expression, strong expression. So again, it's really going to catch you by surprise if it hasn't already happened. Now, when we come to a reading like a pick a card, we talk about their true feelings clearly, right? We're talking about a connection with someone where we're not really sure about how they feel. Again, this person may be coming back into your life and you're kind of like, what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is that they want, desire, and are actively working on a plan to get next to you, to get you back, to get this relationship going again. They resonate with mystic energy. So you're already dealing with somebody who's able to take sort of a difficult situation, a situation that has maybe some negativity or some shadow there, some uncertainty there, some fog, and able to bring the light out, able to transmute that into light. So this person is not going to give up. They're very, very determined, and they feel really, really strongly about making this happen with you. Ace of Cups is a strong, strong love. So again, whereas before, the two of you, the history may not have involved such a deep level, certainly this time around it does. So now is the moment for us to go ahead and pull out the zodiac runes. Some of you are dealing with a Cancer. Yes, we'll put that right there. Cancer energy. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces. More water. Cancer, Pisces. Some of you have Aries energy coming in. Now, you may have any of these energies in your chart, or this person that you're connected to may. And finally, some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. More air energy. So, Cancer, Pisces, Aries, and Aquarius. This is the message I have for you today. I hope it resonated, gave you some clarity on the connection that you have in your life. But for right now, if you would like to stay with me for the reading for pile number 3, let's go ahead and get started right now. Welcome to the reading for pile number 3 for the pick a card, their true feelings, and what they do next. So we're going to jump right into their true feelings. It's not enough. Not enough. What is their archetype? This person is the poet. Definitely sensitive, artistic. We have 7 of Pentacles. So definitely someone who is sort of reviewing where they're at in life right now. And of 10 of Swords. So something difficult chapter in their life is just closed. What do they do about it? Mars and Aries. They're very impulsive. And their animal spirit through this all is that regenerative snake energy, earth energy, highly creative. 6 of Swords, a moving away from strife and discord, as well as a hierophant, following their heart and their teachings. What does Spirit have to say about all of this? Security. It's all about security. And what spirits do we have? Spirit of the Anchor, more security, right? Stability, and Spirit of the Grim Reaper. Something has absolutely come to an end. It's over. So we're going to go and pull clarifiers, and don't forget to stay until the end for the zodiacs. So let's just jump right into who is this person and what do they truly feel about you? Well, the poet, right? They resonate with that poet energy. This person is sensitive. This person is an artist. This person is someone who, they're able to sort of express themselves in a very artistic, poetic way. This is someone who writes their feelings, talks about their feelings, expresses their feelings in such a way that they are that they resonate on a deep emotional level. And yet, how do they truly feel? They feel like it's not enough. They feel like whatever they have with you isn't enough for them. They lack confidence in this connection right now. It could be because they resonate with that poet energy. The poet is a beautiful archetype, but extremely sensitive, right? And very highly romanticized, right? So when things aren't necessarily flowing in that way, it can feel as though they aren't going the way they want them to go, right? 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. There's a very difficult stage in their lives that they've literally just come through, that has just ended. As we look ahead to the Grim Reaper, this could even be a relationship. It feels like it may be a relationship. And this person is right now taking stock and saying, you know what? Where do I want to go now? What's my next step? I've built up my life until now, but recently this chapter in my life has just closed. And now they're looking toward you and they're saying it's not enough. Right away, my intuitive feel here is that this person was in another connection, another relationship that has come to an end. That relationship was not happy, was very difficult. And they've been looking to you and realizing that you are the one they want more of. So let's begin to get that clarifier. Yeah. Feels like this person, their true feelings is that they really desire something with you, especially now, since whatever connection they were in or whatever chapter they were in most recently in their lives has completely ended. Moon energy. Moon and the Knight of Cups. Wow. So they're very uncertain. They're scared. But they're going to be coming at you. You know, while they're uncertain about this is new territory. They're nervous, right? They know that they have deep feelings, though. And that Knight of Cups, yeah, along with that poet energy, indicates that this person has every intention of making their feelings known to you. They will probably do it in a very highly romantic, almost impulsive way. Let's move on to what they do next, right? This person, again, with that snake and that Mars and Aries, highly creative, earth energy. They will do something. They will let you know how they feel, but it's going to be in a very creative, impulsive, romantic gesture. And more than anything, it will be spur of the moment. This person will not necessarily think too much into it. It's a very different reading than the last pile for pile number 2. Here you're dealing with somebody that goes very much by their heart. They kind of make their decisions very quickly depending on how they feel. They're very romantic. The poet is oftentimes caught up in the heat of the moment and expressing that. Snake energy is all about renewal as well, renewing yourself in a creative way. Yeah, it feels to me like this person has recently ended a relationship, indeed, a relationship in their life or a chapter in their life. And as soon as it ended, it's almost like they're like hitting the ground running. They're a little bit nervous, but they're certainly hitting the ground running in a sense of, wow, you know, where am I at now in my life? Well, this person is the person I want to be with, or I want more of. I want more connection, more time. And I'm ready for it, right? It's almost as if, you know, this last chapter coming to an end for them, you know, it couldn't come a moment too soon. They're almost trying to make up for lost time. 6 of Swords and a Hierophant. You're dealing with somebody who's very traditional as well as in a certain way. They've moved away from that strife and that discord of the last chapter. And yet, at the same time, they're being guided by their teachings and their culture. The Hierophant can really talk about tradition. It feels like this person is wanting to be quite traditional in this connection. I feel marriage, honestly. This is the type of person who wants that kind of tradition. They want something that is committed long-term, that may even involve things like a marriage or whatever the tradition is in their culture and their upbringing that represents a connected long-term relationship. Again, they're very, very nervous. This is very unclear territory. This is not someone you've had a relationship with before. You know this person, of course, but I think it's a case of they are sort of waking up almost to the fact that, hey, hang on a second. You are what I really want. I want more of it. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to miss out. I'm going to do something quick. They don't want to miss out on their chance. For them, life is, you know, they're the poet. So for them, life and relationships is all about that beauty, that aesthetic, that poetry, you know, between two people, that deeper meaning. And so everything about that with you, they're wanting to seize on that. But it's very uncertain territory. They don't know how you're going to respond. What does Spirit have to say about it? Security. Yeah, this is something that this person definitely is, I want to say for them and for you, but there's a sense of, okay, is this stable? Is this secure? Is this safe? Will this work out? They themselves have just come out of a difficult situation. And I think as well for you, Spirit is letting you know that it's all about security. You want to pay attention to that, because I do feel like In this particular pick a card reading, we're talking very much about the other person, what their true feelings are, what they're going to do next. But of course, you're a huge part of that because you are the object of their attention. For you, it feels strongly like you're resonating with this reading. Security, stability is very, very important to you in a relationship. And this person that you're dealing with here, while they are very impulsive, romantic, they feel strongly, there is a feeling here of instability in a sense that, they're much more air energy, much more sort of creative, sensitive energy, which can change and move, right? This person is not the type of person who necessarily will guarantee stability. They want what they want when they want it. And so Spirit is reminding you that through all of this, don't be swept up by the sort of ebb and flow of this person's very strong emotions. Although that can be there and that's beautiful, that feeling of romance and wanting to get next to you, at the same time, Spirit wants you to remember what's important to you, right? And that, that someone who comes in with this kind of grandiose vibe of romance and love can keep it up. Spirit of the Anchor, Grim Reaper. Yeah, Spirit of the Anchor. Is it stable? Is it solid? And of course, Spirit of the Grim Reaper is here. There is an ending here, a winter, a death that has happened. And this very much feels to me like it happened in this person's life. You don't want to be the rebound as well, right? Now, I'm not saying that you are, but again, you want to make sure that when you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with that sort of, that poet energy that's changeable, right? That's very changeable, very sensitive, whose ultimate goal is really the moment, right? People resonate with the poet. They love the energy of the moment. And they seek romantic moments, not necessarily only just the person or the connection. So you want to make sure, and Spirit wants to remind you that it's all about investing. It's investing your time, energy, and love into something for you specifically that's going to have some longevity and some stability and some security. And so this is coming through in this reading for you. Beautiful reading. Very curious what they do. Again, they're going to be very impulsive, very creative about it. Snake energy involves a high degree of creative energy. So whatever it is, it will be very creative, very impulsive, whatever they do next. Taurus, there's your Earth. Time to pull those zodiac signs out. Some of you are dealing with Scorpio. There's that intensity. Some of you dealing with that Capricorn, more Earth. And finally, some of you are dealing with that Leo. Yeah. Yep. Intense, fiery, passionate Leos. Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Leo. This is the reading I have for you today for the pick a card, their true feelings, and what they do next. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the end of pile number 3. If you want to go back and visit the other piles, they may resonate just a little bit more in a different way for you. But for right now, I just wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, for your next pick a card, love tarot reading. Bye-bye, everyone.